third, fourth, and fifth stimulus check update.
After I promised we'd get 100 million COVID-19 vaccine shots into people's arms in 100 days, we will have provided over 220 million COVID shots in those 100 days.
To answer this one, we turned to data from the CDC, and we found out that this is mostly true, although not exactly. As of April 28th, the number was nearly 235 million doses. But at the end of President Trump's term, it was just over 20 million doses. Do the math, and we have nearly 214 million doses during his first 100 days. That's actually short of 220 million doses by more than 6 million. But it's important to note that Biden's 100th day is actually tomorrow, so the number will increase. Okay, here's our next claim.
Nearly 90% of the infrastructure jobs created in the American Jobs Plan do not require a college degree. 75% don't require an associate's degree.
This one is mostly true, but it needs some context. Biden appears to be referencing this report from the Georgetown University Center on Education and the Workforce. It found that Biden's proposed American Jobs Plan could create or save some 15 million jobs over 10 years, of which 75% would be for people with no more than an associate degree, a college degree. Lastly, here's a question we're seeing a lot online. People asking why this is not being referred to as a State of the Union speech. And the answer here is pretty simple, according to a report from the Congressional Research Service. Biden just got inaugurated, so it's become tradition to hold off on a formal State of the Union. But
eligible for another round. If your income dropped this past year and you made significantly less than what was reported on your 2019 income tax return, you may be eligible for another round of stimulus checks after you file your 2020 taxes. More than 1 million plus-up payments were authorized under President Biden's American Rescue Plan for taxpayers or households who either did not qualify for a third stimulus check based on their 2019 income or got less than they were due. You may also be eligible for additional payments if you added a dependent this past year. Like this most recent round of stimulus payments, those plus-up payments are up to $1,400 for individuals earning up to $75,000 and $2,800 for married couples filing jointly who earn up to $150,000, plus an additional $1,400 per dependent child within those same income brackets. The IRS is sending out plus-up payments. He started hitting some bank accounts. You can find out when you'll get yours with the Get My Payment tool at irs.gov. Here's how much to expect. Most Americans who make under $75,000 or married couples who make under $150,000 combined will qualify for $1,400 per person, plus $1,400 per dependent. For the first time, that includes full payments for dependent adults as well. Those same qualifying parents or legal guardians are also eligible for expanded child tax credits. The stimulus plan also provides $300 in weekly federal unemployment benefits through August and $170.
You actually want to solve a problem. I've sent a bill to take a close look at it. We kept our commitment, Democrats and Republicans, of sending $1,400 rescue checks to 85% of American households. During these 100 days, an additional 800,000 Americans enrolled in the Affordable Care Act, and the economy created more than 1,300,000 new jobs in 100 days. Generational undertakings of nation building. And we won't ignore what our intelligence agencies have determined to be the most lethal terrorist threat to the homeland today. White supremacy is terrorism. Lord's name that passed the House already. I know Republicans have their own ideas and are engaged in very productive discussions with Democrats in the Senate. We need to work together to find a consensus. But let's get it done next month, by the first anniversary of George.
Saying we think there's a basis to move forward. You actually have to go to a judge with probable cause to say, we want to search XYZ device because we think that there is probable cause that when we search that device, we're going to turn up potential evidence of a crime.
President Joe Biden has unveiled a $1.8 trillion American Families Plan. It's the second piece of his Build Back Better economic agenda after the $2.3 trillion Infrastructure and Jobs Plan. The American Families Plan includes a national paid family and medical leave program, which includes 3 months partial pay for time off to be with a new child, rehabilitate from illness, care for a disabled loved one, deal with a partner's military deployment, or address emergencies. Childcare for low and middle income parents. All childcare costs would be covered for families with the most need. Meanwhile, families earning 1.5 times their state median income would pay no more than 7% of their income for childcare. The plan also proposes a $15 minimum wage for childcare staff, who are 90% women, 40% women of color. Studies show women account for 80 to 90% of jobs lost during the pandemic, which also disproportionately affected communities of color. Pre-K for all, regardless of income. The White House says the expansion would benefit 5 million children and save the average family $13,000. Free community college. All first-time students and workers in participating states would pay nothing for 2 years of community college toward a degree or credential, including DACA recipients. The Biden administration says they'll pay for the plan by cracking down on tax loopholes used by high-income tax filers and nearly doubling the capital gains tax for households making more than $1 million.